First, let me say thank you to Monica, to Andy, and to ASAP for dealing with us for the last couple weeks sober. You know that voice that's in the back of your head that kind of looks out for you and says things like, hey, you may not want to say out loud what it is you're really thinking. I don't have that. See, when I was 18, I decided I was going to join the largest cult ever assembled inside of a bar. The Marine Corps. I enlisted because, well, I was needing to make some life changes. You know, I wanted to establish a solid foundation for me to grow up off of just as I become a mature adult. I just wish somebody would have told me those foundation blocks were going to be built out of anger management issues, the inability to tolerate stupid people with no common sense, and have to sit down and listen to people tell me why they almost joined the military. As bad as those three are, there is one group that still tweaks my melon to this day. It's the people that think that just because I'm a Marine, I automatically know every other Marine that's ever served in the Marine Corps since 10 November 1775. My wife dragged me to this engagement party. It was one of those parties where on the way there she says, Chris, I'm going to be employed by these people before you walk into this party. And I'm going to be employed by these people when you walk out of the party. That's just her cute way of saying, hey, you're just my arm candy tonight. When we walked into the party, she saw somebody apparently over in the corner that she hadn't talked to for a while, so she went over and said hi. So I'm there by myself, unsupervised, and this lady, older lady, comes running over here and is staring right up at me. And so luckily I didn't do anything to her except turn around and wave. And she says, hi. My name's Barbara. My granddaughter Ellen, well, she's getting married and she's marrying Greg. And Greg was a Marine. And you're a Marine. So I was wondering, do you know Greg? In that 1 millimeter of a second, I had a decision I had to make. Was this going to be the time that I can show my wife that I can be a very mature adult? That I can take the high road? And that's exactly what I did. I simply turned to her and said, Greg? Hell yes, I know Greg. Woo! It's been a long time since I've heard him. He's marrying your granddaughter. Probably not in a church, though. In a church, yeah. I didn't think you'd ever step foot into one of those again. I'm sure he's told you the story. I don't think the congregation's been the same since, Barb, but you know what? I would wait. Ask him at the wedding rehearsal. He's going to tell you no, but he's just making sure you really want to know. The high road wasn't that big of a deal at all, I guess. I know after the 4 minutes that we've now known each other, it's pretty obvious that as the parent, I'm the more emotional one for my children. Really? It could happen. The other day, a 3-car funeral procession drove by me. And I don't know what it was. You feel bad, you know? So I did what probably 90% of us in here would do. I joined it. I drove it right into the graveyard, and I got to tell you, that ceremony that day, easily in the top 10 that I'd already been to this month. And I knew it was. As soon as I saw who was going to perform the show, he's like, it's awesome. And then he's got this little box that's sitting next to him with the feathers and stuff, and it's making noises. You guys might refer to the releasing of the doves or whatever. It's not. They're bird races. That's exactly what it is. They're bird races, and even sometimes you can bet on those. So I just leaned in, make sure the guy knew the code. Hey, $20 on a white one. Ceremony was over. I'm down $20, and I decided I was going to go ahead and pay my final respects. I go to the widow. I give her a hug. And as I draw her in, I can feel her heart beating. You know, she's shaking, trembling. And then our eyes locked. And that's when I knew that me just being there that day made it truly unforgettable for her. And that's exactly what I tried telling the police officer. And put me in the car. Guys, my name is Chris Cline. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.